And it's a line drive to
Key lime margarita?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Just watch.
Whoa.
Hi.
Go for it.
Thanks.
What about me?
Got you covered.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
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 Lefty O'Doul's drink mixes at these fine stores.
What are you doing? I'm getting the girl back.
With a live audience at the Gold Dust Lounge at Fisherman's Wharf, it's the Will and Willie Show, brought to you by Lefty O'Doul's Drink Mixes, your bartender in a bottle, available at Safeways, Lucky's, Bevmo, and stores near you. I said finer stores, and I got a ration of bleep from Will Durst. I'm Paul Wells.
I'm Will Durst.
And I'm Willie the Brown. And let me ask, is it New Year's Eve when you come to Lefty O'Doul's and bring the toy?
Christmas Eve.
Christmas.
Up until Christmas Eve.
New unwrapped toy. Yeah, you could bring them by any day. Till 6 in the morning
until what time
on
at night
Christmas
at
Day.
Christmas Eve? Until last call on Christmas Eve.
Last call at Christmas Eve.
Because those elves are thirsty.
333 Geary, right off of Union Square. And there'll be people curbside, you don't even have to try to park.
As a matter of fact,
Who's Santa
In the
this
morning.
year?
as a matter of fact,
In the morning.
if you
Durst
don't
is gonna
wanna-
be Santa?
If you don't want to stop, just slow down.
In the morning.
Yeah,
Slow down.
I told him
pitch
I
it
gotta
out.
be done by
You got the
noon.
catches all there.
yeah.
Will be there in the morning in a Santa suit.
Will's going to be Santa, Lee Housekeeper says. He should know.
On Christmas Eve.
I saw him 5,000 times Saturday.
Oh, how was that? SantaCon? Did you see SantaCon?
Oh yeah, I was there the whole time. I mean, it was incredible.
I saw that one picture in the Chronicle where there was a flat Santa next to the cop car, and he was passed out right next to it. It was a great shot. It was a great shot.
It was a fun Saturday for our city.
SantaCon when
Yes,
Santa's
SantaCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one of these people is sober? 0. How many SantaCon participants does it take to screw in a light bulb?
You had SantaCon?
None.
They can't screw it in. They can't even get it in the socket.
The
Protesters were one side, SantaCon was on the other, and I had to drive clear around to go take
Only
care
in
of stuff.
San
And the
Francisco.
protesters were frightened out of their wits. Now we know.
Oakland cops are one thing.
Yes.
SantaCon, something totally different.
Will Durst, you have made a 2014 top stories list, and I always love your top 10 lists of
Here's
stories.
what I want to caution people. The difference, big difference between the top 10 legitimate news stories of 2014 and the top 10 comedic news stories. I mean, obviously, Ebola infested, ISIS members flying Malaysian airliners into Bill Cosby torturing Kim Kardashian's butt are not going to be involved. All right, these are the stories that were funny. There was a study by a German scientist that suggests that beer prevents prostate cancer.
Yes, I saw that.
That happened this year. So
if you have
this is
fun
not a
with
bar.
study-
This is a clinic. Okay, that's Winter Olympics in Sochi were number 9. The entire world is relieved when Vladimir Putin doesn't enter the triathlon, slapping on skis to shoot Ukrainian journalists shirtless. Okay, the ice bucket challenges. Toronto Mayor Rob Ford ran for re-election but had to pull out. But he convinced his brother to run, which I thought was great. And this was, Rob Ford is the guy who said that he smoked crack during, and I quote, one of his drunken stupors.
That's a qualifier.
Stupors, plural.
Plural.
But they were upset with him because he wouldn't give up his source.
What number are we on? Will?
His dealer.
Number 6, Pope Francis says his religious theology is not in opposition to evolution, so he looks determined to drag the Catholic Church kicking and screaming into the latter half of the 19th century. Alaska, Oregon, and D.C. joined Washington and Colorado, and the legal marijuana club. Stock of Frito-Lay skyrockets. Donald Sterling's racist statements result in a lifetime ban from the NBA, and many hope he lived to be 105. And forced to bunk with Cliven Bundy. Of course, the midterm elections. Mitch McConnell says he wants to work with the president. Yeah, the same way a 5-year-old with a magnifying glass wants to work with ants. How long before General Motors is forced to recall Mitch McConnell's a faulty airbag?
What number are we on now, Will?
This is number 2. Arizona debates Senate Bill 1062, which would legalize bigotry based on religious beliefs. The return of Jim Crow with a cactus. Beat.
Wait, we'll add a drum roll.
And number 1, the Obamacare rollout. The president said it could have gone smoother. You think? An anvil studded with titanium spikes could have rolled smoother. And those are the top 10.
Will Durst, ladies and gentlemen,
of 2014.
Will and Willie show here at the Gold Dust. Now we have a Q&A. Anybody have a question? We have a microphone right here. We'd love to have you ask a question. So think of one.
I have
Come
a
on
question.
Up. Okay. Will Durst has a question.
What kind of suit is that? Who made, is that Keaton?
What
Yeah. And the
kind
tie?
clothes is the mayor wearing today?
I don't know, somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing. All right.
Men's warehouse.
Yeah.
Hey, but you got to understand. You see what the Men's Warehouse, not the Men's Warehouse, Joseph A. Bank. I turned my television set on this morning and says, you buy one, you get 3 free.
I keep telling people.
I call my son up and say, restock your store.
Did you call Wilkes and ask him if he has the same deal? Buy one,
you buy one and you get 3 free.
Who buys suits like that? I feel like 4 suits.
No. You know what I've done? I've got 3 friends I have to buy Christmas gifts for.
And they're all 38 rings.
No,
I only have 38
it doesn't matter the size. They didn't say anything about size. They said buy one, you get 3 free.
Okay, I want a 44 long.
The shyest audience ever. Maybe I should go out in the crowd and ask questions.
No, don't ask.
Oh God, no! No, don't go out there. Don't. It's an ugly-looking crowd, man.
The further away you get
They're
from
not in
the
the
pop-up
mood.
studio in the back of Gold Dust, the more dangerous.
You're
it
at
gets.
risk.
Yeah, we cannot guarantee Paul Wells' safety if he goes out into the audience.
Wait, I got the shirt for that. I'll go out on the street with it.
I have a
the one that
question.
Jeff
Yeah,
Adachi
don't
gave
shoot.
us in the first segment.
Yeah. Hands up.
Another question from Will Durst.
I have a question. Willie, what are you doing for New Year's?
I'm gonna stick around and,
Yeah?
do what you're doing.
Party to party to party party?
That's right.
Yeah.
Every
Funny you should
every
ask.
free joint in the city.
He's following the Herb Cain trail.
There's
Herb Cain, who can hear a free oyster fall in the snow.
all of these commercial establishments, you go online and they're all charging $250, $300. It's incredible.
For New
Why would
Year's?
they do that?
For New Year's?
Yeah. Why would they do that? And I got to thinking, maybe I should open a joint just for New Year's. Don't they call them pop-ups?
Yeah. Have a pop-up bar?
And Will Durst, what are you doing? Because you have a bunch of shows.
Well, funny you should ask,
year-end
Paul Wells.
kiss-off.
The Big Fat Year-End Kiss-Off Comedy Show starts, the 22nd annual, starts on December 26th, December 26th in Livermore and goes to January 3rd, where we'll descend with our final show, which is in Alameda at the Rhythmics. But you can find out all about it, Livermore, Walnut Creek, Berkeley,
And who's
Novato,
playing the show with you?
Martinez, I don't care, San Jose,
Debbie,
Del Valley.
you're dust.
Actually,
Debbie Durst,
6
you're done.
comics, Debbie Durst, Johnny Steele,
Yeah, one of the
Michael
3
Bossier,
still standing.
Mari Magaloni, and Arthur
woman.
Gauss. And it's stand-up sketch and skits all based on the year. So we'll have a Bill Cosby sketch. And, yeah, we won't go there. But
We could.
go to willdurst.com for more information.
I might have a question for Willie Brown about
You
that.
see what the L.A. District Attorney said 1974, maybe we shouldn't go back that far. Today, they dropped...
40 years? They're going to go back 40 years?
They dropped the investigation.
It's 40 years.
Yeah. The one
Couldn't
that's
he
most
argue that
distant is
statute of limitations-
45 years.
From
this
69?
Yeah, this one woman says, it's 1969.
Graded for inflation, did she only try to extort him?
Wait, if you're going to ask a question, come up to the microphone. No long distance.
Ladies and gentlemen,
radio.
San
We can't hear
Francisco
your dang question.
public
Go this
relations
way,
man,
Will.
Okay,
Lee
yeah.
Howsky.
No, you're not Will.
So
You're
if it
Lee.
was 40 years ago, you only extorted him for 100,000. 20 years ago, it was 250,000 that she wanted. That's what the AP reported.
Well, that was, she maintains that,
Thank you.
you know, over the years, she can reduce her demand.
Well, because of inflation.
Yes.
Is there anybody else that possibly doesn't have something to do with rape so that, you know, we can do jokes about it? Maybe Ebola, you know, might be a little funnier.
Yes, should I be afraid of it now? Should I
Oh, no,
look for the...
But we do need to reference on this show the fact that we can now go to Cuba.
Yes, that's the
President
news today when we
Today?
recorded the show.
Normalized
Yes, and here's a
You didn't
man.
know that?
No.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, he normalized relationships with
Yes.
Cuba. And
Now, Fidel, did he make the announcement as long as
No,
well as
no, no,
Obama?
Raul.
Raul, his brother.
Raul and the
Raul.
president made the announcement. The president was on
President
the
Obama.
air for an extended period of
So
time.
we don't have to go to Mexico City first and
To,
pretend that
to
we're
go
all-
buy cigars in Cuba, no
Not
longer.
anymore. And all I can
Bring
think
on the
about is-
Cubanos.
Yeah, I just read the story about the guy who assisted the fellow who plays for the Dodgers. You know that?
Yeah,
outfielder
yeah,
that
Yasiel
plays for-
Puig.
Yeah, and they're prosecuting this guy because they said this guy.
He extorted money from Puig. He got
No,
$2.5 million.
He brought him in.
Yeah, but he
assisted
demanded
him in
money
bringing-
from his
Of course,
from his
he charged
Yeah.
him airfare.
$2.5 million. You got
No, it was a percentage of what you get for your contract.
5% of his contract.
Whatever his contract was, is what his guy. And now this guy's facing obviously 10 years. Well, if now we have said it's okay for that cat to come over on his own, why are we putting this cat in jail for bringing him over at a quarter of whatever? I mean, it's just awful. But Obama says it's all over. And I loved his closing line. His closing line was, if you've been doing the same thing over and over for the last 50 years,
And it doesn't work.
and it hasn't worked, all I can say is, that's stupid.
Did you read the article by Ryan in the New York Times that just went on and on about how Obama has never gotten any respect from day one from the Republicans? It's not about not working with them.
No,
but
they had
not
a meeting,
even,
didn't they?
Not even
When
the
he was being
legitimacy
inaugurated.
of the office.
Yeah, but you understand that they said at the outset, our goal in life is to stop Obama.
But that's been
Period.
their goal every Democratic president.
no, not
it was
going after
FDR.
Obama.
FDR. They
Not
went
like-
after FDR. Who was the next one? Truman. They couldn't because it was wartime. They
But
went after
not-
JFK.
but not
they didn't
like
go after
Obama.
Johnson
Well, they got
because they
JFK.
couldn't. Because
But
Johnson knew where all of their pubic hairs
Bodies
were
were
buried.
buried.
Yeah,
That's
that's right. But they went after Jimmy Carter the same way, and they destroyed him. They went after Clinton the same way. They've gone after everybody the same way.
Well, they were really-
not as much as Obama because
were
they didn't have.
enthusiastic at Obama. And I loved when Obama, I kept thinking, when Kennedy was alive, Jack Kennedy, his press secretary, Pierre Salinger, had some kind of relationship with somebody in Cuba, and whoever it was sent him 200 Cuban cigars. And President Kennedy said, I am going to destroy all 200 of those cigars.
One at a time.
Well, that's-
Willie Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Will Durst. I want to point out, and as we kiss 2014 goodbye the Bay Guardian, San Francisco Bay Guardian, which named the Will and Willie show, Keeping It Real with Will and Willie, best Herb Cain column on the radio when we were doing mornings 5 days a week.
What is the Bay Guardian, Grandpa?
Yeah, it's going to be like that. What's a newspaper? Where was the world before the internet saved it?
Great show. Let's do another.
Yes, so I want to
do one in
thanks
January.
roll the thanks and roll the credits here. Thanks to Nick Bovis and his family and the Gold Dust Lounge crew. Please tip generously. Our AV crew today: Ace and Hugh from RealityCheckTV.com, Rex Rundgren, who's helping out Flow Communications, and our guests, San Francisco Public Defender Jeff Adachi and Russ Stanley of the world champion San Francisco Giants for representing the team and their support for the Lefty O'Doul's Foundation, the annual Christmas Eve toy drive. Please drop by Lefty's at 333 Geary with a new unwrapped toy. You can start it again. Thank you all for joining us here at the Gold Dust today. And all TV and radio archives of the program are available 24/7 at willandwillie.com, A-N-D, no ampersand on the internet. For Will Durst and Willie Brown, I'm Paul Wells, wishing you a wonderful holiday season and a very happy and healthy 2015. Time to strike the set and call it a wrap.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Happy Hanukkah, joyous Kwanzaa, and to all my Druid friends, hug a tree.
Yeah, it's the solstice.